Hello, YouTube world. I have finally figured out my microphone. That is another thing that has come from yesterday's stream. We're back again today, talking here on YouTube, talking on TikTok. I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. If you guys are interested in subscribing, I'm going to pull the cliche of, hey, like and subscribe, because I'm trying to get my YouTube channel to 1,000 followers or subscribers before the end of the year. I know it's the new year, but hey, I'm going to give it a shot. All right, let's talk snow, because that's what everyone's here for. We are going to be seeing a massive winter system affecting a large portion of the central and eastern United States. If you're in Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, really, Utah, Wyoming, and I'll call Texas and Oklahoma a little bit more on that. You won't have to worry about a thing. You don't even have to tune in if you don't want to, but hey, you can if you do. Now, we are going to be seeing this storm really pack a punch early on. Those purples and pinks you see on the map, yeah, that's actually winter storm watches, warnings, and advisories. The watches are in the blue, warnings in the pink, advisories in the purple. Let's zoom into where I am, because I have been shunned by the snow in Sioux City, but a lot of other spots haven't. If we click into the wording on winter storm warnings, this is on the National Weather Service website. Anyone can tune in. It is a fantastic resource. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the winter storm warning, and we're going to read out what it says, actually, because the more we know from other meteorologists, the better. This one says heavy snow is expected. We're talking moving in areas of Iowa. 7 to 11 inches possible, 5 to 7 inches, a little bit farther towards the north there into Minnesota. Either way, they're going to see a ton of snow. Well, a ton of snow for people who definitely aren't into snow. I'll tell you that. We've had such nice weather recently. I'll tell you, people do not want to have more snow on top of this. But this snow actually is really well spoken of on the National Weather Service's website and on their Twitter. I'm actually going to pull up the Twitter right now. I always tell you this. If you guys want to find more information about the weather, follow the National Weather Service. It's just a bunch of meteorologists, and they are doing their best to try to keep everyone safe. Let's scroll down here. I know I saw that they had a graphic. Looks like that one might have. We'll go to Des Moines. National Weather Service, Des Moines. Hello, Iowa. Anyone else out there? Tell me where you guys are from. We're tuning in from Eastern Canada, Denmark. How about that? You came from TikTok, Emmy. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We got Gracie saying hello from South Carolina. John from New Jersey. All right, we got a lot of people who are going to be impacted by this storm. Illinois, not quite as much, but depends on the area. Then we're going to be seeing it going into places like the southeastern United States. John from Florida probably won't see much. Here's a look at, well, a brilliant, fantastic look at the Sioux Falls of what the area of potential heavy winter impacts is going to be for the Midwest. We're cutting off Missouri there. Missouri and South, not really the Midwest. That's going to be more of the southern area of consideration. The heaviest snow potential, definitely going to be Iowa. That thing is going to move right down southeast and could cause a lot of issues. Let's switch over to computer models. I know it's one of those things where, actually, I'm going to go to this one, where if you see the raw computer model data and you see this on Facebook or on Twitter, don't trust a word of it, because a lot of times people post the most ridiculous computer model information just in an attempt to get likes. We're going to switch through a bunch of computer models, so don't take any of this as gospel. We're going to keep switching around. People from Texas, Arkansas tuning in. Yeah, that's my YouTube page right there. Weather Katie, tune in. We're talking about this live. Hey, came from TikTok. Thanks for Lewis. Lois. Apologies. How about Virginia? Virginia, yeah, you'll likely get some snow. Michigan, looking dry. And London, how about that? You're going to get some interesting weather. All right, let's track this out. This is what we're seeing right now. Not a lot. The system we're interested in is pretty much right over Washington and Oregon. That's going to track up towards the U.S.-Canada border, over the Rockies, and then boom, the snow starts. We're talking 6Z on Friday. What does Z mean? It's Zulu, UTC. It's Greenwich Mean Time. Basically military time, because we use this across the entire world. So for us in the central United States, that's pretty much at midnight. This going ahead, 6 a.m. The snow real heavy in North Dakota, South Dakota, at least in the eastern portion, and western portions of Minnesota. Skipping ahead, we're going towards noon tomorrow, heading towards 6 o'clock in the evening. That's when we're seeing the heaviest snowfall, just engulfing the entire state of Iowa. Poor Iowa. If we zoom in here, that's just all snow for the most part. Remember, blue means snow, green means rain. The more snow you get, the heavier it's going to be right near that rain line. Now, the storm's going to continue farther to the south. Still, we're at midnight now, going into Saturday. Iowa's getting snow. Every inch of the state looks like it's going to get some kind of a snow system on Friday into Saturday. Then we go ahead, Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Looks like that's going to be impacting mostly Missouri, actually. Illinois could get a little bit of light snow. Chicago, you might see a few flurries, but I'll tell you what, not going to be quite as fun as it will be over in Iowa. I say fun because I'm from Michigan and I love the snow. Oh, goodness. You love watching my lives? Thanks, Emmy. You're from Southwest Minnesota? Hey, you're going to get a good chance for snow. How about that? And we're going to continue to shift down. I'm going to switch the region map now. We're going to go to the south central U.S. as designated by Tropical Tidbits. Fantastic weather site. It can be abused a lot if people are just trying to get clicks and likes. That's why we're taking it step by step. I'm here. I'm going to help out guiding you guys. And we're going to talk about it. Good heavens, we're already at 1.5 thousand people on TikTok. Hi. Holy cow. All right, y'all. This is what we're seeing after this. Going into 6 a.m. Saturday. Might actually have some snow that makes it into eastern Oklahoma. That is a very underlined, italicized, and bolded might. If the system continues to track east, doesn't look like you'll see much. Arkansas, going to have some rain, could transition over to snow here by the time we get to noon on Saturday. In the meantime, you head farther south, and we're going to see over towards Louisiana, chance for some rain, maybe even some storms that could possibly be on the stronger side. It's just been that kind of season, but this isn't going to be much of a severe weather threat as much as it is a snow weather threat. So if you've been pretty much traumatized like the rest of the southeastern United States with severe storms this year, so far so good. Looks like you might just have a few strong storms, so stay tuned to that, but it's not going to be a widespread outbreak. This is going to be mostly snow. Now we're going to switch over the regions again. We're going to switch to southeastern United States. There's a better view because this thing, for lack of a better term, is going to yeet itself to the east. It is going to take a southerly track and then just book it straight across. Right at basically Tennessee is going to be the launch track for this thing. It's going to turn right there. Actually, I'm going to go back a few slides. We're going back in time, back into Saturday. Watch how it comes in from the north and then east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That thing is just hooking. So what we're going to be seeing is 8Z or 18Z on Saturday. Remember, subtract 6 to get central time. We're talking around noonish. Going in closer to 6 o'clock, the system is expected to really peak with that storm chance. That's going to be right near the Florida Panhandle. That's where you see that yellow shade. That just indicates some stronger rain, maybe a few storms. Other than that, not much going on. The snow still focused up towards the Missouri-Arkansas line. Going ahead, Sunday night. Now temperatures are beginning to fall in the overnight hours. That's when we're going to start to see some more snow form possibly. If you're over in Nashville, Tennessee, you're going to probably start to see rain and then transition to snow. You see that big change there? This is at midnight. That's 6 a.m. That's the atmosphere cooling itself down without the sunshine. And that's what ends up giving us that chance for snow. Now, if you can find the map a little bit messy, kind of like I do at the moment, I'm going to try and maybe switch over. Nah, that's still messy and not quite as nice to see. So we're going to go back to this one. Basically, actually it gets rid of the rainbow colors. I want to make this as easy for people to understand as possible. All right. This has the chance for snow, possibly on the back end of the system. You see over there towards Mississippi, Tennessee, it really depends on how much that cold air wraps around. So if you're looking, I know some people tuning in. DJ says coming in from Charlotte, North Carolina. Probably a lot of people on TikTok too wanted to ask questions. If you want to, there's my YouTube channel, Just Weather Katie. We're live right now. So that's snow back to the southeast. As it goes into the day on Sunday, remember, temperatures are going to warm up. That's why you're seeing some green pixels mixing in with the blue. It's just the chance for that heat of the day to change over from freezing to even just a degree or two more than that. So it's going to be tricky. And that's your cue to make sure you pay attention to your local meteorologist. I always say this. I'm online. I'm a great source for just broad. I also work in Sioux City, Iowa. I'm a great resource for that area. So find your local meteorologist. Just look up your local news, not national, local. They'll be able to cover it a lot better than just some person on the internet. As much as I like to try my best, totally trust the rest of the meteorologists from around there. Kendra coming in from TikTok. Is North Carolina going to get snow? All right. Well, it depends on where in North Carolina you are. Now, this system could take different tracks. If it tracks, this is the most important thing that I'm going to say here on the East Coast. If this system tracks along the coastline, riding the shore, that is going to push the snow farther to the west, farther inland. If the system tracks out to sea, moves a little bit farther to the east, that'll drag the cold air with it, and that'll give you the best chance for snow along the coast. So if you're in some of those resort towns, maybe, it's cold, no one's out there on the beach, but if you're heading out, maybe you want to plan ahead for the weekend. If you're in South Carolina, probably going to be seeing mostly rain, unless you're up towards the Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia border there. This snow system is going to continue to move towards the northeast, and it will intensify as it does so. This is going to be a nor'easter system. Classic buzzword. It's used to describe a storm that rapidly intensifies as it hooks up and rides the East Coast. Easy enough to understand. Pretty scary to see when you see it on a map, but I can actually explain it a little bit more as I read through these comments too. I want to make sure that I'm getting to everyone's comments if anyone has a question. So what we're seeing now, a lot of people coming over for TikTok. Thank you guys, and from the UK. Oh, I love it. What's Memphis looking like? Looking like you'll start out as rain, then potentially switch over to some snow as we go through the day on Sunday. Oh, you guys are so kind. Missouri, you're going to likely be seeing a decent amount of snow here as we go into the day Saturday. So remember, timing is still a thing with this system. As it moves south, it's going to be progressing through time. Sunday is really the day for the East Coast, along with Monday. If you're in the West, it's going to be a Friday, Saturday event. Poor Southeast, you're just going to be in the middle of it. Texas, nah, y'all are good. You're going to miss this one. And I know y'all are happy to hear that about winter weather, so you're good with that. People from New York tuning in. Is Chesapeake going to be affected? Virginia, yes, actually here. If we switch up, we're going to switch regions again. Oh, sorry, this is my cat Doppler. Doppler, say hello to TikTok. Hello. This is my cat, in case anyone was wondering. Doppler and her brother is Radar, and because I live the brand. And now we're switching up to the Mid-Atlantic, I believe is what I was going to be saying. And we'll just switch to the Northeast at this point. There we go. Okay, so people from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm seeing a lot of people asking about Florida. Florida, you're good. It's going to miss you on Florida. Virginia, yeah, here. This is exactly what we're talking about. Virginia, we're going to have that snow likely inland. Again, this model has it tracking along the coastline, the center of the storm on the coast. If the center of the storm moves into the ocean, the snow will move along with it, and it'll be better chances for snow near the shore. Now, this time, we are currently at roughly 6 o'clock Sunday night, going into Monday. Now we're at Monday morning. Well, Monday morning around 6 a.m. If you're in New York, it's going to be windy. That's the thing, too, with nor'easters. They kick up that wind, and they just spin it around the center of low pressure, which is right off the coast. So as it ejects towards the northeast, the system is going to pull it off towards the Atlantic. So it's going to pretty much speed up as we get to Monday. Anyone hoping for snow on Monday? Better be in either Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, even Massachusetts, and you know what? I'll include Connecticut. That'll also slide in there. All right, skipping ahead. We're talking now Monday night at 6 o'clock. The storm with the snow pretty much gone unless you're in far northern Maine, which shout out if you are and you're watching because that's incredible. But the wind will stick around. So know that any snow that falls with the system, it's really on the back end of it going to be picked up by the wind. So you can expect reduced visibility, snow drifts. That's a possibility. But what about the snow totals? Oh, I hate showing snow totals. So we're just going to go over and make it as convoluted as possible. Just kidding. No, we're going to switch over and we're going to make it as easy to understand. We're going to click over on the GEFS. This is a great option to show you ensemble models. You know how I said don't trust one model? Here's 20, and I still don't trust them as far as I can throw them, which is done because they're ones and zeros I cannot physically touch. But this gives us an idea of what the snow will look like in multiple different scenarios. One of them's bound to be right. It's the job of a meteorologist to figure out which one that'll be. I actually just made a TikTok on it, so if you guys want to go check that out, it's on my main page. Happy to show that. And yes, How to Train Your Dragon, I love hiccup. Slight side tangent because I want to make sure everyone's happy. This is a great space for everyone to ask questions. Remember, no question is too silly or too stupid because I hear them all. I do presentations for preschools, and I had one kid come up to me, stare me in the eye, and say, "Are you afraid of dying?" So literally any question is okay. We're just happy to talk about the weather here. Let's see, Vermont. Oh, Vermont. Yeah, you guys are going to be cold with this one. I'll tell you that. Oh, let's see. Hey, y'all, you made the trip from TikTok. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, anyone can follow from TikTok. My page is on the bottom of the screen because an amazing person asked it, and I can pin it that way. All right, snow models. I promised it to you guys. That's what we're going to look at. I'm going to actually zoom in a little bit more, a little bit less, a little bit less. There we go. No. See, I'm still getting the hang of this, so we're going to do that. There we go. Okay, so what you're seeing here, 20 different models, 20 different possibilities, and they're all showing us snowfall. They start out at the same time. We're going to skip back to the 12Z too because this is passing through time and some of them aren't complete. Tyler, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, no, the goal is to get to 1,000 subs. So hopefully we'll be able to get to that before the end of the year. I'm giving myself plenty of time. All right, here's what the models are saying. All of them are agreeing the snow will start in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota tonight. Going into tomorrow, boom, there it starts to expand into Iowa. But now you start to see the differences. Look at model number 16 over here. Pretty anemic, not a lot of snow happening. Same with model number 2. I don't trust model number 2. That's personal bias. I just don't trust it. It's never done good for me. But what we're seeing with the rest of them is a pretty decent agreement that the heaviest snow will be in central Iowa, possibly moving a little bit farther to the east. If you look over towards model number 14, model number 19, 19's overdoing it a lot. In these kinds of situations, you throw out the outliers, the excessive snowfall or the very limited snowfall. You want to find the nice happy medium. Going ahead, you see, I'll switch over to the regions here. We're going to go to the southeast. There we go. Now we're talking about the snow right at midnight, switching into Sunday. Sunday morning, the snow starts up. Again, we were talking about it. It's going to start out as rain in Tennessee. Then it's going to push off towards the east, and it's going to turn over to that snow. Now, some of these models have the chance for snow in Georgia. I want to point out, because I want to make sure everyone is aware of this, if you're online, do not get scammed by people who post these outlandish snowfall forecasts. Zoom in hyper in here if it'll let me. Maybe, possibly. I don't think it'll let me. There we go. It's good enough. Model number 13 and model number 12 and model number 9. They all have just ridiculous amounts of snow. The pink, that's indicating 10, 12 inches of snow. That's simply not going to happen with this one. This storm it's not cold enough on that side just yet. So what I'm thinking more likely than not is probably going to be the same solution that we're seeing with either number 7 or maybe number 5, where once you get closer to the Appalachian Mountain, Appalachian. I'm fighting my Michigan, my inner Michigander. It's Appalachian Mountains. When you get closer to those, then you'll have higher elevation and therefore you'll have more snowfall. Now we're going to skip back up to the East Coast. There's the Mid-Atlantic button. I was wondering where you were. There we go. So Sunday, noon, snow making its way up the area there in Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina. Some of the models are actually popping a little bit higher snow total in the mountains. So could feasibly in the mountains see 10 inches. So if you see for your area and someone saying North Carolina is going to get 10 inches of snow, yeah, they're probably meaning the mountains and the mountainous regions. So take that for a grain of salt. We're going to be seeing the worst of the snow definitely going to be farther inland. Notice how all of these models, except for 2, because it's number 2, don't trust 2. Don't trust it. It actually has the snow staying much farther inland and not actually making it to the coast. The coast would just stay with some rain. Someone says Colorado. Nah, Colorado's going to miss out on all this fun. You love my wall decor? Please tell Illinois again from TikTok. Hey, TikTok, how's it going? You can actually see Illinois on this map. If you're in Chicago, you're going to miss out. If you're over closer to Missouri and Arkansas, even Kentucky at this point, you'll likely get several inches of snow. Remember, this is a broad discussion. So if you want to figure out more about what's going to happen in your area, check out your local meteorologists. Always got to plug them. Great place to find them is on Twitter. You get my favorite meteorologist twice in one day. Yeah, I'm going to go live whenever there's active weather. Heck, I'll take you guys tornado chasing with me if you want in the spring. So let me know if you want to go tornado chasing. I think I'd be down for that. Chaos says, just came over from TikTok, totally subbed. Hey, thank you. You're a weather nerd. Hey, we're all here either because we're concerned about the weather or we love it or a little mix of both. It's always healthy to have a little bit of both. All right, we're heading into Monday now. Monday, midnight, 6 a.m. This is what the snowfall totals are looking like for these areas. I will tell you, model number 2 has pushed it significantly closer to the shore. All the other models have the system tracking much farther inland, going right along the coast, so the snow will fall a little bit farther to the west. So what we're seeing right now is if you're in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, New Jersey, you're on the cusp of it. The little bit closer you are to the Pennsylvania border, you have the chance for some snow with this system. Remember, this is still about 3 to 4 days out. And if you watch my most recent TikTok video, you'll understand what that means. It means the forecast is going to change. This is just a preliminary idea so people can understand, hey, maybe I should make sure I have a gallon of milk or something, just making sure you have the provisions because this snow is likely to make something interesting. I'll tell you that. Now we're switching over. We're going to talk about no, we aren't going to talk about that. What are we doing? We're going to click over on this one. There she is. Okay. So I want to take this back one more time just to show people how this is changing because the other map I showed, it had the blue, it had the green. It didn't really have the in-between, which is the chance for freezing rain. Let's talk about the ice chances because in the central U.S., ice doesn't really seem like it's going to be too much of an issue, at least in the plains. That's where I am. We'll take another look back towards Missouri in just a moment. Where you see that pink pop up, that is where Mother Nature is fighting herself. Yeah, got the rain falling at the upper levels, and then right near the surface, the temperature falls to near freezing. So not quite fast enough to make it form into a snowflake, but it is enough to make it flash freeze once it hits the surface. That's how you get freezing rain. That's how you get ice. Luckily, we have a freezing rain accumulation graphic that we can show you. So I'm going to double click on that and pray that it actually loads. If it doesn't want to, we're just going to have to reload the page because, oh, no, did the website crash? Okay, well, we're going to go over to this one. We'll be back. Guess we aren't talking about the freezing rain. Someone just didn't want me to talk about that. It's all good. Cincinnati, looks like you might have the chance for some snow. We'll back it up a little bit. This model has it pulling a little bit farther to the east. I'd say you probably aren't going to get the most snow, but there is a chance. Raphael says you came over from TikTok. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who tunes in. Why is it that snow happened at the end of winter? It's just because this year we've been so stinking warm. We've just been way too warm. It's been pushing all the activity farther to the north. So, and, well, of course, pulling up the storms from the south. So that's an interesting one, too. He just came over from TikTok. How is this going to affect Long Island, New York? All right, let's take a look. Well, this is midnight, Monday into Tuesday. You might be woken up by some heavy rain dinging on those skyscraper windows. But there is a chance for some snow possibly to mix in. Again, if this low pressure system moves 50 miles off the coast, there's going to be a lot more snow along the coastline. So New York, just expect it to be a loud night with either rain or some really soft snow possibly falling. And yeah, it's going to get windy too. So if you're in New York, it's going to feel more like Chicago. Get ready for the wind. Chicago, you're going to feel, well, kind of out of place because you aren't going to get anything from this system. Chicago, you're good. Classic COD weather. Caden knows. Caden understands. Sad trombone. I love Weather Katie because she makes learning about the weather fun. I've been told I should have a PBS show, and I'm starting to think that's true because I love it. Oh, yes. Let's talk one more side of things because people are actually talking about the chance for some storms. Like I mentioned, it's not the greatest odds. This is a scale you can see on the bottom here. It might be a little difficult for people on TikTok to see, but it goes from 1 to 5, marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, high, with a light green for just general thunderstorms with no severe risk. Well, that light green general thunderstorms is going to encompass places like Louisiana, southern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and the panhandle of Florida. That just means that if you're on vacation there, bring the raincoat. The marginal, that green area, the little dark green area. Yes, I'm talking green on green, but oh well, what can you do? It's not a fashion choice. The marginal risk indicates the probability 5% or less of some of those storms turning severe. Let's read what the Storm Prediction Center is saying. Yes, again, the scary text, but it's no longer in all capitals. They changed that, so it's not actually screaming at us. All we have to do is look and see what they're talking about for the threat level. This may support the potential for localized, strong, damaging winds or brief tornado threat centered over the coastal counties in the Florida Panhandle as storms over the northern Gulf waters approach the shore. So if you're right near the coast, know that some of these storms could produce some water spouts, even a couple of brief tornadoes, but the tornado threat is not going to be substantial. It's not going to be that EF5 raging storm that we saw back in December. Should just be that chance for some strong winds, maybe a spin up here or there, but the majority of the system will not be with severe storms. Saying severe storms, thunderstorms. It will bring the chance for heavy snow. One more thing, we're going to switch out. Well, actually, a couple more things because I do have to have dinner, and 5 o'clock is my bedtime. Because for anyone who is tuning into my live earlier in the morning, I'm going to get up at like roughly 1 a.m. to track this storm for my area in Iowa, and I want to make sure I'm well rested for that. A couple more questions here popping up saying, hey there, popped over from TikTok. What's Waterloo, Iowa going to see from this mess? Y'all are right on the gradient. So if you're a betting person, take the high, take the low, over, under. You're going to see some kind of snow likely. It's just a matter of how much. I hate to make it that broad of a statement, but if you check in with your local meteorologist, the local station actually should have their news at 5 right about now, and they'll give you guys the latest snow update. Do you have a Twitter account we can follow? You can. It's the same exact thing as my TikTok, which is at weather_Katie. And that's also a growing one. So, and I love to interact with people on that. Meteorologist Katie, do you have an idea of how many inches of snow central Arkansas will be getting? Depends. Are you talking north central, central, or south central? That sounded confusing, but hey, let me know and I will find that out. 3 p.m. was supposed to be my bedtime. Well, you're here, so enjoy it. We're going to take one more look at what the Weather Prediction Center is saying. Hopefully this mic isn't popping too bad. I kind of bumped it. But it shows that rain, snow, whatever it be, precipitation chances are in the 90th percentile. We're talking 90% or more in that bright green color heading into the day on, what on earth is that? That's saying Sunday at 6 a.m. Okay. For a second, I thought it said Thursday. Read the wrong label. It's okay. Sunday morning, if you're heading to church in the southeastern U.S., bring an umbrella. Grandma's going to likely get wet getting out of the car. You want to make sure that you cover her up. Then as we head up the East Coast, we're talking now in the afternoon, the 6 o'clock hour possibly, we're going to be seeing rain, snow in the Carolinas, moving up to Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia. Could even have some straggler showers back there towards Florida. Central Arkansas, I love it. See, this is the kind of thing that I like to do. I love my job on the morning show. Oh, it's still down. Okay, we're going to go to this one. I love my job on the morning show, but I'm talking to a camera at that time. So hopefully the people who are watching in the morning, now you're able to ask those questions in a more, I guess, cubby sort of way. I'm just kind of huddled in the corner of my house. Okay, let's back things up a little bit more. There, that's not Arkansas. Where's Arkansas? There you are. All right, so central Arkansas. You're likely going to start out with rain, so that could kill a lot of your snow chances. And let's see what they're predicting for snow on this model. Remember, trust it with a grain of salt. It's just a general idea. You'll see some snow likely falling, but accumulation is going to be a little hard to come by. That's what it's looking like right now. You just woke up, you're a night shift worker. Oh, heaven help you. That's a hard shift to have. Do you like a cool nickname like Weather Woman or something? Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to pick a nickname, I'm down for it. We still have like 340 people still watching on TikTok, 20 people on YouTube. You guys are awesome for sticking with me. This is just me nerding out. I'm just happy to be able to help out. Ricardo says, do you know anything about weather prediction that maybe a country of people based on the weather variations? I actually don't know a lot about that. So if you wouldn't mind, reach out on Twitter, weather_Katie, or TikTok or YouTube, whatever land you populate. Let me know. I'd love to learn more about that. Kaden says, hey, Katie, you're a weather forecaster in the U.S. Air Force. Heck yes. That's a great track to take. My professor took that in college. And yeah, he's awesome. We'll be working tonight, so if you go live on TikTok tonight, I can jump in the chat and go over it as well. Heck yeah. No, I love to have as many meteorologists as possible popping in chats all over the place. Love it. Gary says, love your energy. You're always energetic. Yes, because I drink a lot of water and eat a lot of sugar because I can't have coffee. So happy to help you there. All right, last little bit we're going to talk about before heading over to Twitter to see what people are talking about over there. This one has for day one, we're talking today, the best chances of seeing 1 inch of snow. Nah, we're going to take it over 1 inch of snow. We're going to go with What do you guys say? What would start to affect your daily lives outside the southern United States? Because I know anything would affect that with the snow. I think I'm going to go with 4 inches of snow. Best odds of 4 inches of snow or more. Tonight, mostly focused in North Dakota. Then we skip ahead, going, well, actually, this evening. That's going towards South Dakota, Minneapolis. Going ahead now. This is talking about closer to midnight. And yeah, I'd say that has the midnight on Saturday has a pretty decent chance for 4 inches of snow in that orange and red area in many areas of Iowa. That continues to drag down towards Kansas City. Good thing they aren't playing the game until Sunday because, well, actually, no. Are they playing the game I know they're playing at Arrowhead, but are they playing on Sunday? Because if that's the case, take the under on the passing for Mahomes because this is going to be a snowy one. Then the snow chances begin to taper off a little bit the farther south you head. 4 inches possibility. Really, I'd say the best odds for that would be near the Missouri-Arkansas border. More likely to see around 2 inches of snow, which if I zoom out a little bit, maybe it'll work. There we go. You'll be able to see the best odds for 2 inches of snow pretty much covers the entire state of Missouri and the northern portion of Arkansas. Going ahead there, spreads out a little bit more. There are the mountains there in, oh my good golly, why are you freaking out on me? There we go. This one shows you that in Tennessee, you're going to start out as rain. There's that bubble. And then as we skip ahead, which we can't go a little bit any farther ahead because of the WPC not extending past day 3 on this. But I'd say the chances for 2 inches of snow looks pretty good in Missouri. If you were hoping for snow in Missouri, hey, here's your day because it's going to start up going into Saturday and then Sunday that hits up to the East Coast. Daniel says, love my great energy. Thank you. Any idea on the upper Ohio Valley? Y'all are going to get missed by this system. I have a couple of people who I do forecasting for back home, friends and family. And I know I'm switching around a lot. Sorry for the whiplash there. But yeah, Ohio, you're going to get kind of slighted on your northern areas. Indiana, if you're a snow lover in Indiana, I'm sorry, because you will not be getting something from this. Chicago, maybe some light flurries, but that's about it. Am I safe to fly from DC to Syracuse at 5 to 7 p.m.? Depends. Are you doing it today or are you going to be flying out tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday? Because that'll vary greatly. You will have turbulence if you fly this weekend. Just warning you guys. On Sunday, oh, duh, you answered your own question. Okay, so on Sunday, you're going to have to battle some snow and some strong winds. So there will be heavy turbulence regardless. Snowfall, I mean, if it's DC, you're probably going to have some pretty good ground crews trying to clear things out, so you should be all right with that. But once you start going towards Syracuse, depends on if the airport's large enough, might get a little iffy. Thank you for the great free program. Hey, why not? I mean, otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking to my cats about the weather, and they don't seem to appreciate it as much as you guys do. So, oh, goodness. How many inches of snow will it snow in Virginia? That is a very broad question, but I'll try to break it down a little bit more because Virginia is in a very interesting spot with the system. If it continues to track along the coastline, the eastern half of the state's going to get rain, the western half's going to get snow. If it moves 100 miles to the east, everyone gets snow. 100 miles to the west, everyone gets rain. So I'd say in the mountains, could find some spots that get over 10 inches. In the lower areas, we're talking a lot less snow. We're finishing up with the 10 to 1 ratio. That just means for every 10 inches of rain, it's equivalent to for every 1 inch of rain, it's equivalent to 10 inches of snow. There's the 2 a.m. brain finally kicking in. All right. Yeah. So you see the mountains popping up 10, 14. So we're seeing the heaviest in the mountains, a little bit closer though. I would knock those numbers down quite a bit, possibly dropping them a little bit closer to 5 inches or a little bit less. And also remember, it's going to be windy. So any snow that's on the ground is going to be blowing and whipping around, making it hard to measure anything. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Y'all are boring here. You guys aren't going to get anything from this system. What time do you estimate it hitting southwest Missouri? I got you again, Chance. Here we go. We'll flip back over towards Missouri. Your storm, backing up the train. Going to start up right around 6 o'clock Friday in the northern areas. Then we go towards 6 a.m. Saturday, going towards noon. Heaviest of it will likely be falling in the early morning or the late morning to the afternoon there in Missouri. Happy to help you there. Love hearing no snow for Indiana. Boo. We need the snow. Snow is amazing. That's not what I want to hear. I do not want snow, especially 10 inches. Y'all are a bunch of party poopers. Do you guys want snow? I think more people would probably want some snow. It's beautiful. It makes everything that's brown look a lot nicer. Although, again, I'm from Michigan, so that makes sense. We love Weather Kitty Radar. He or she is the best. Yes, Radar is a he, Doppler is a she, and they're actually from the same farm back home in Michigan. We're in a few years apart, but the farm people like me out there, so they keep giving me some of their litter. West Virginia, Ohio border. That's a good one. Y'all are trying to stump me with this. Basically, the snow, pretty much just gonna ride that border. The heaviest snow likely going to be tracking up that area. Again, 50 miles east, you're gonna get light snow. But as it is right now, looks like you could see several inches. So, I mean, if there hasn't been a run on bread and milk, you can go out and get some just to stock up. You never know these days, especially with how they're struggling with school bus drivers. Imagine how it's going to work with snowplow drivers. So, a little difficult with that. The weather is bipolar in New Mexico. Hey, I've chased tornadoes in New Mexico before, and one of them was we chased tornadoes in the lowland, and then following the storm, we went up a mountain. It went from 72 to 35 in about 10 minutes. It was a mess. Chance, thanks, Katie. Absolutely, don't mention it. Northern Illinois needs a lot of snow. Northwest Iowa needs snow because that's where I am, but I'm just a bubble. Gary says I work outside. Best of luck to you. All right, everyone. One last little trip. When I bring up Twitter, that means that we're coming to a close. This is what we're seeing right now. I'm going to click on the home button. You can see I follow a ton of meteorologists, the United Macedonian Diaspora, because I am part Scottish and part Macedonian. There we go. See, local meteorologist for the Northeast, Keith Carson, talking about here's your snow potential. Again, exactly what we were talking about. So this is why you always look and double check with other meteorologists, because it's always good to proofread your own work and then have someone else run it past someone else. So that's what we do. We compare our forecasts. They show that, well, right now the mix to 2 to 4 inches is possible right along the Maine coastline there in Maine. If you head farther inland, talking Vermont, New Hampshire, y'all are going to have some good skiing coming up by the end of this week to 8 to 12 inches a little bit farther towards the north. Let's see if we can find a few more snowfall forecasts coming up. If anyone else, Radar has some snow. There we go. Brad Panovich, another amazing person to follow. I highly recommend just following any meteorologist, really. But this is what they're seeing with a chance for some ice accumulation since weather.cod is doing its weather.cod thing. The best odds for freezing rain and ice of around 1/4 of an inch, maybe up towards 1/2 an inch, would be along the South Carolina, North Carolina border. Now we're talking a light glaze in that green, seafoam green to blue area. Enough that, yeah, you'll have some slick spots on the roads, but it won't be too bad, especially if you put out some salt. When you get closer to the blue and the yellow, we're starting to talk accumulation on tree limbs, possibly. If you haven't had a lot of storms lately from the summer, all those dead tree limbs still up in the tree, just a little bit of force could bring them down. So know that in that area right near the border in the middle of the state there, you could end up with a couple of branches falling. Maybe if it falls on a power line and you're unlucky enough to have that, you could lose power for a little bit. But this isn't the worst ice we've seen by far. It's not even close to an inch. So y'all should be good with that. Not expecting too much ice from it. Now, let's see. Ooh, Virgin Galactic had a satellite launch. Interesting. Oh, pretty weather pictures. It takes, hey, I'm in that one. How about that? Let's scroll through again. There, see National Weather Service in Des Moines, always posting, showing you where the watches or where the warnings are, the advisories are, and explaining everything. They're real good. Weather people at the National Weather Service, the meteorologists, are phenomenal. You can see the sunset in Milwaukee. Beautiful. It's Milwaukee. And let's take another look. I'm going to try and find a few more snowfall maps for you guys. Oh, here we go. Here's a fantastic explainer for anyone who doesn't understand fully why we get rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow the way that they are. This is an actual graphic that I can use on my computer system here in Iowa. But what happens is you have warm air all the way from the cloud level down to the ground level. Right from top to bottom, you're going to have rain. There's no freezing that happens. Now we're talking freezing rain. That's how you get the ice. That's when the cloud level is basically too warm to have snow or ice. It's above freezing. So it comes down as rain, but right before it hits the surface, it hits a pocket of below freezing air, that's below the blue triangle. That means that the water droplets are going to become super cooled and they'll flash freeze. Just like if you put a soda in the freezer, pull it out real fast, and then you shake it, you can actually get a slushie. Then you switch over to sleet. Sleet is just freezing rain that froze a little bit earlier, and that cold air pocket is extending a little bit closer to the cloud, but not enough to have snow form, just freezing rain droplets, so they turn into sleet. Snow, of course, the entire way down, it is going to be actually colder than 32 degrees. That's the difference between all four of them. Southeastern US, you are very much used to seeing sleet and freezing rain. That is for sure. Let's see who else is commenting here. Flying from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Orlando Sunday. Ooh, 11 a.m. Should we move it to Saturday? Timing-wise, sorry guys, we're going to switch right back over here for just a second. Timing-wise, Saturday, I mean, if you have the potential to do that, I mean, it's just going to mostly be turbulence that you'll be dealing with. If you don't mind turbulence, you should be good. By the time you leave out of Grand Rapids, you're going to be over Kentucky and you'll be well over the clouds. So I wouldn't be worried about that. And when you land, this is right around noon, maybe some rain, but those storms shouldn't be too bad in the area. So the many adventures of the Hill family, go have another adventure and enjoy it. Gary says, everyone in the path of the storm, stay safe and warm. Katie, will you be live on TikTok in the morning? I will, 5 a.m. Central Time. Going live tomorrow. It's going to be great. We're going to have Taylor and Katie Koppel both on. And we got some fans on here. So that'll be really fun. We'll be able to catch up with them. Any chance you could cover Portland, Oregon? Absolutely. That's an easy one. Hey, Oregon, check this out. Rain, nothing. You're going to be very dry. It's okay. If we keep going at you, well, you're still very dry. We're by now, we're at the 22nd of January. We're at the 24th of January. Maybe at the end of the month, you'll get something fun. But yeah, Oregon, any weather lovers in Oregon, good luck with that. Let's scroll again. Here we go. Here's another meteorologist talking about snowfall. Now, this is Joplin. So this is Missouri area that we're talking. There's Missouri switching over to Arkansas and over a little bit farther to the west. So it looks like they're talking a little bit farther to the east in Missouri where they'll have the heaviest snowfall totals. But everyone in that Joplin area has a chance of seeing a little dusting of snow, just enough to make you happy. That's the way I figure. Any kind of snow, it's going to make things look at least a little bit nicer for a little bit longer than if it wasn't. There's another one. See, I follow a lot of meteorologists from the same viewing area, so you can get their different forecasts. This one has maybe around an inch there up to, Bartlesville. I've been through there chasing tornadoes once. Very fun, especially when you're with a professor named Bart. Oklahoma, just seeing little dust and maybe up to an inch, especially to eastern Kansas. Then you head more towards Missouri and Arkansas. You're at that 1 to 3 inch range. Central Missouri, 3 to 6, maybe even 6 to 12 along the Missouri, Arkansas border. I keep saying Iowa because that's my usual viewing area. But yes, so if anyone here is watching and you happen to be in that 6 to 12 inch range, have a blast for me because I wish that would happen. Here we go. Now we're talking. There's another snowfall map. I believe this one is coming in from North Carolina. North Carolina? Let me check. No. See, geography is difficult. This is Virginia. Everyone forget that I said North Carolina. I'm tired. It's okay. We see up in the mountains, Appalachian Mountains, 8 to 15 inches, maybe locally around 12 to 20 inches, Hot Springs. Y'all have a blast with this. Then closer to the ocean, around 3 inches or less. So if you're in central or western Virginia, bread and milk time. Let's keep looking around a little bit more. There's Ohio. See, some meteorologists, they cover entire states. Others just do really local ones. Ohio has, northwestern areas less than an inch. That's being a little generous, too. Some spots will probably stay dry. Then you head closer to Columbus. We got 1 to 3, maybe 2 to 5, that bluish range, 2 to 5. And then moving towards the Kentucky, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania borders. That's where we have that 3 to 6 inches or more. We'll take one last look here, see if anyone else has any questions. Last chance if you guys want to join. That's my YouTube channel, Weather Katie. I'm just on YouTube, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. That's going to be my marketing campaign until it happens. Let's see. Who else is on here? We got the many adventures of the Hill family. You are very welcome. And Vito88 says, yes, this is going to be the Katie and Katie show. It will be. And you're in Kennesaw, Georgia. Will there be any icy conditions or snow? Well, we'll Google Maps it. Georgia. All right, because I'm not entirely familiar with that area. I've never spent an extended period of time in Georgia. Kennesaw. I'd say for now, it doesn't look like you'll have that great a chance for too much accumulating snow. We'll find. I'm gonna try and find Atlanta meteorologist. See, simple as that. Boom. Let's see what Chris is talking about. All right, here we go. There's your snowfall map. Now, these are two model comparisons. So this is just raw data. It's showing that I get a dusting closer to an inch, 2 inches the farther north you head. I'm more interested about Blairsville, Clayton, and Gainesville. Holy cow. Have a day, Athens, Georgia. All right, so that snowfall definitely looking heavier towards the South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee border. But if you're a little bit farther south in Georgia, you might miss it. It was too cold on TikTok, so now I'm here on YouTube. Yeah, sorry, TikTok. I've kind of been just showing you my back. Oh, you love axolotls. I love axolotls. Let's see. Poconos, Pennsylvania. Yes, you're going to definitely be seeing a bit of snow from this one. Accumulation is going to be pretty decent in Pennsylvania. We'll switch over to, come on. Pennsylvania meteorologist. Me and my fat fingers. Pennsylvania meteorologist. Boom. Pennsylvania meteorologist. Take your pick. They aren't talking too much about snow totals yet. Again, the farther east you head along the East Coast, it's going to be harder to actually get people to forecast. Hey, Bree, fantastic person. It's going to be hard to find those snowfall totals before the storm starts. Or before the storm progresses. So I'd say right now, if you're in Pennsylvania, just get ready for snowfall maps to be coming all over the place so you can see coming out of all the meteorologists' Twitter pages so you can see what they're going to be saying. Let's scroll down. Good omens. Let's see if we can find one more snow map for you. Just one more, and then I got to log off because it is well past my bedtime. Oh, you know what? We could just end on a little cinnamon roll puppy. It's your birthday on Saturday and going to Asheville. What's the word? Depends. What state is Asheville in? Sorry. Chester, Iowa. Well, let's do one last check here. Chester, Iowa. Oh, it's such a quaint little town. Oh, I've been through there. Yes. You are in a tricky spot for the forecast. Let's just say Wisconsin's getting maybe an inch of snow. Central Iowa near Mason City and Fort Dodge getting closer to 10 inches. So we'll split the difference and we'll go a nice happy maybe 4 to 6. Might be a little bit lighter though. St. Louis, yeah, y'all are going to be getting right now it looks like, well, if you're in the if you're in the eastern portion, I'd say you're getting closer to that 4-inch range, but the heaviest portion will definitely be a little bit farther towards Mark Twain National Forest. Chase tornadoes in there, never going to chase tornadoes in there again. Branson, probably going to have one of the best chances of seeing accumulation. And that's North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. All right, we'll do one more check. Asheville, North Carolina. I should have just typed it in the first place. How many other Asheville's are there? Yes, you're closer to the mountains. You're getting close to that 10-inch range, possibly. Brad, have fun. Have fun for me. Send in pictures too. I'm weather_Katie on Twitter. I love to see it when people tag me in their posts about what their weather is doing. Always fun. Hey, Katie says thank you. I say thank you back to you, Katie. And thank you to everyone who has tuned in on TikTok, anyone who has plans. We're going to be seeing these chances for snow really moving around on the East Coast. So stay tuned for that to your local channel and your local meteorologist. I'm going to pop this up on the big screen so people can see my face instead of my back over on TikTok. But yes, thank you to everyone who is tuned in. I might be able to go live tomorrow. I'm actually going to be out in the field tomorrow. So if you're interested, I could be live streaming that on my TikTok. And as always, thank you guys for being here. You guys are an amazing community. Everyone is so supportive and just so kind. And if I can help you with a forecast in any way, don't hesitate to reach reach out. I read my comments. I read my messages. Some of them are weird, but I don't mind because I like to answer all the weather questions that I can, and I don't want to miss a single one. So thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic night. I'll be live on TikTok in the morning at 5 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, whatever ungodly hour it is in the Philippines, because I've had a huge following from there, and usually they're all going to bed. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.